the last page update, or the date of publication. Next, check for relevance. Everything on this page is about bottled water. Then check for the author. This page was written by the Centers for Disease Control. Also check for accuracy, that the spelling is correct and the links work. Last, look for the website's purpose. They should have an About Us link.
It's hard to remember.
You can remember it like this: CRAAP. C for currency, R for relevance, A for author, A for accuracy, and P for purpose.
Oh, that's easy. Do you remember it?
All right, let's see if we can't that out. All righty. And let's, where is my screen? There it is. I'll share for a second. Okay, and well, let's see. Excuse me. No, not you. Ah, there it is. All right, we're back in action. Okay, let's turn the page. All right, and here are some resources that I know are to be the most reliable. The first one is NC Cardinal, and NC Cardinal is an online catalog that connects all the public libraries in North Carolina. Yes, you want to say something? Thing, Miss Bola? We're just stretching. Okay, never mind. Anyways, like I said, NC Cardinal connects all the public libraries in North Carolina and all the branches within. And it'll help you find anything you want, whether it be an ebook, an audiobook, regular book, whatever you want, and within reason, of course. If they got it, they got it. If they don't, they don't. And the second one is one you can access on your Chromebooks, and that's called Destiny Discover. And Destiny Discover connects specifically to our library as well as to the others in the Hope County schools, but I prefer just focus on ours when it comes to Destiny Discover. And last but not least is the one at the bottom. There is a list of the most reliable and credible sources we can use. And one example is NASA. You can tell by their reputation that they're very reliable. Google News can connect you to a lot of things. And New York Times, being a very credible newspaper, is of course on the list. And the Time magazine has to make sure that they got theirs right. And yeah, this is, we could send this to you if you want. And of course, Library of Congress. Yeah. Yeah, this is just some very reliable sources if you need them. Okay. All right. Now let's apply our knowledge of the CRAAP test with a couple of articles that we've picked out about Ms. Horn right now. And it's one from Wikipedia. And let's try currency. Says this page was last edited yesterday. So, yes, it is very current, but how relevant is it? Well, has a lot of stuff about her, as well as an American dancer, actress, singer, activist. But who wrote this article? That should be an interesting question. Well, turns out they got a lot of sources, but not too many that appear to be very reliable. So now, let's try the one from the Times. How current is it? Well, it's not that current, but I believe it's still relevant because this is the obituary that the New York Times printed the day Miss Horn died. And as far as relevance goes, as to who she was and her impact on history, says she broke new ground for black performers when she signed a long-term contract with a major Hollywood studio and achieved international fame. And that's a start. It also says even President Obama pointed out her impact, says she worked tirelessly to further the cause of justice and equality. So there you have it, straight from the president's mouth. So, and as let's see, what's the next one? And so far, I think it is the most relevant in regards to just getting exactly what we need. All right, so I'll stop the share 2 seconds. And let's see. And now we have our challenge. Hold on. Where is. Ah, okay. Hmm. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. All right, here we go. You can click here to access the images of the prominent female figures in our school's main hallway. And of course, this should help in your own personal searches for your own resources. And as you can tell, and here's a few to start with. And
Miss Dimitri, I shared the link to the
oh, you got
PowerPoint,
it?
so they should
Okay.
be able to access the images as well. So we'll just make sure that's working for them.
Okay. Yes, and also, let's see. And I think just to be safe, I'll show you NC Cardinal real quick. If you want to check that out, this is NC Cardinal and has a plethora of sources. And you can even access the Hope County Library from here. Let's see, went a little too far. Yes. Yours is in the Sandhill Regional Library System. Here's the Hope County Public Library. And this is just my example, Warren. And let's try books. All right. And we got one called The Legendary Miss Lena Horne, which is more at the younger readers, but you can read it if you want a shorter version of the facts. And this one has some more details called The Horns an American Family. And you can tell it's relevant by the subject matters. It mentions African Americans in New York State and African American entertainers in New York, women singers. I think it checks out. And another one I'll show you is your Destiny Discover. And I can put that like this. And you guys should have the app on your Chromebook. And we go through ours. And for your login, you just put your student number twice. And you put it as your username and your password. And here's an example of our search. And sometimes in your search, you may hit a few dead ends. For example, I just put Lena Horne in under books, and there's a lot of books that obviously have nothing to do with old school American entertainment. So I go under collections.
Miss Dimitri, can you
Find
give
much
everybody
more relevant
hold
sources.
on, she doesn't hear me. Miss Dimitri, can you give everybody a second? They're still trying to log into Destiny Discover.
All right, I give you time.
Okay. Y'all give her a thumbs up once you're logged in.
All right.
They're going to type in the chat that they have it pulled up, so they can't give you a thumbs up. But some people
All
are still
right.
trying to get in.
It's okay. Take your time.
Miss Dimitri, you have a student waiting in the waiting room. They're in the waiting room.
Okay. Get a minute.
And I think almost
There you
we're
go.
almost there.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, 1, 2, 6 of you.
Okay, we're ready to go, Miss Dimitri.
Alrighty, good to hear it. And but yes, this is just one example. And you guys can type in your own heroines and see what we got under folders. And I'll see what. Okay. change the other reliable sources right here. And news sites, biography.com, and several others. And one link. Let's test one of the links. Ta-da! Alrighty. We got this one. Off. Don't worry about that. And this is just a little warning about some of the sites. Even when they have reliable sources, there are some that won't let you read the whole article unless you subscribe, and you don't need to worry about subscribing. So you'll find another way, or just look for a different source.
Ms. Dimitri,
Yes.
I wanted to add also that with bio.com, where we are right now, this is a good site for students to find video clips that are valid and credible that go along with the artist as well. So this is a good site for them to find, like I said, many clips, biographical clips versus just going to YouTube. So this is a
Right,
credible source for that too.
Nice. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about that. Cheers. All right. See another. Oh, and here's looks like a little bit of video footage on the biography.com. And this was also from Destiny Discover, and it's another link, but doesn't seem to be playing though.
I actually watched that video, and it's very short. It's a short clip, but it is a really good biographical uh, clip of Lena Horne. But if we can't watch it now, that's fine. I can make sure they go back to that. But we can now go ahead and just give them a few minutes to look at some of the images and start making a decision on who they would like to research.
All right, go
And then
ahead.
we can
Yeah.
transition over into the exit ticket.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. All right, go forth and check out some heroines. Okay. Hmm.
So the students will also just type the name of the individual that they're curious about or interested in. They're going to
Right.
put that in the Zoom chat, but they'll also include that in the exit ticket.
Sweet.
But we'll go ahead and start seeing what some of them have decided to do in terms of who they would like to further explore and research.
Nice.
All right. So it looks like we have some names added in the Zoom chat. Very interesting. And we're going to go ahead now and transition over to the exit ticket.
Alrighty.
And again, if you do not want to um, keep the individual that you've listed, that's fine. We'll just try to finalize who we're going to research within the next day or so. And Ms. Dimitri, can you pull up that exit ticket for us?
I
The
believe
screen
so.
for that. And everyone
Alrighty.
has access to that
All right. Oh,
if they click on the link.
there we are.
There we go.
Okay, and there's your exit ticket. Presume you've all got the link. And who will you research for? 3 things you learned, 2 things you found fascinating, and any questions? Yeah. So this was also something I noticed with Destiny Discover because even though some links or articles are connected in different ways, they may not necessarily be relevant. For example, when I was looking at, hold on, let's see, where is, where do oh, yeah, there it is. Right, for example, when I was looking at Lena Horne, there's a lot of other articles regarding people that were either connected to her, like she did an act with Bojangles Robinson once, but I doubt she ever met Joe Lewis, so no doubt that was a different sort of connection. Quite a list here.
Miss Dimitri, also, could you go back to slide 7?
Yes, sure. Okay.
There is a PDF document linked in there. Just click refresh for your PowerPoint. There's a PDF in there linked for, yeah, X out of that and refresh the PowerPoint.
Okay. Where is ah? Trying to
Just hit
find the X.
escape
Yeah, good idea.
and then hit refresh. There's a link in there on slide 7 that will also guide the
Where did it
students
go?
when they're trying to assess sources
Mm-hmm.
at the very bottom.
Right. Let us.
Because you were just saying how you came across something that didn't appear to be too credible, reliable. So they can use
Right.
this also to assess the sources. So I'll make sure that we use this as a continuation of your lesson when we're doing research, for our class as well. We
Mm,
can use this document.
nice. Mm, an excellent checklist too.
So you guys will use this. Okay, when you decide on whoever you're going to do, when you pull your resources, we'll be using this to help assess that. Okay, Ms. Dimitri, I think that about wraps up everything up. Is there anything else that you wanted to add or?
I think that's about it, honestly. Can't think of too much else, but other than don't forget to check out the book fair. It's on the school website. Because as we've discussed, you never know what you might find. And I think that wraps my presentation for today. And thank you everybody for coming. Yeah.